Earlier this week, my good friend, Pastor Christy Morrow Wolf, proclaimed, "This is the lentiest Lent I have ever lented." And that about describes it. This time of slowing down, simplifying, and focusing on the essentials of a relationship with God is being spent in a most unprecedented way. Did we believe when we began on Ash Wednesday by contemplating how slowing down and even stopping could heal the world as we fasted from busyness? It is happening. Did we believe when we began on Ash Wednesday by examining our practice of almsgiving, loosening our grip on our possessions, that we would be spurred to give as generously as we receive in our life this very day by caring for each other? It is happening. Did we believe in the power of God's voice when we began to practice stillness on Ash Wednesday so we would be open to God in our prayers? And as we gathered around the altar that evening in full and comfortable silence to share Holy Communion, did we ever imagine this stillness and this worldwide overpowering urge for prayer? It is happening, and the world is praying together. Yet, in our exile, denied face-to-face relationship with our family, friends, and community, we may be feeling like the exiled children of Israel, feeling like we are the dry bones in that endless valley of uncertainty. The Israelites were in exile, separated from their temple, and therefore separated from God. We are in exile right now, separated from each other, and our coronavirus experience gives a new understanding to the valley of dry bones. As we long for relationships with each other, perhaps we can also understand God's despair in the lost relationship with humanity, severed through human sin. God's longing is so deep that God took on human flesh in the form of Jesus Christ to build a new relationship with the promise of everlasting life through the one who walks with us and shares our trials, feels our pain, and celebrates our joy through the love of God. This human form is what we witness in the reading today. As Jesus approaches the tomb where Lazarus lies, Jesus feels sadness at the inevitable human condition of dying. And he comes alongside to walk and cry with us. Jesus is aware that death is the inevitable part of the life cycle. Too often, death is seen as punishment, or God is held responsible for death, when, in fact, everything that lives also dies in the natural cycle. But this is not the kind of dying and living that Jesus refers to in his conversation with Mary. Death of the flesh is simply a natural event, but the death that Jesus refers to when he says, "Whoever lives and believes in me will not die," is the death of being out of relationship with God, to be separated from God. Living is to be in relationship with God on earth and in heaven. And this is what the prophet Ezekiel understood when he answered the question, "Can these bones have life?" He replied, "Only you know, O Lord." Life in God comes through the breath that God breathes in us, through the God covering our bones with sinew and skin. This is God filling us with true life, the only life that is everlasting, enjoyed here on earth as beloved children of God, and anticipated in God's everlasting kingdom. This is the life that responds to the voice of God, who said to Lazarus, "Come out," and to the community, "Unbind him." Through Jesus, we are bid to come out, to let go of doubt, and be unbound and filled with life. As community, we live to unbind each other and hold each other in love and dignity, so all may enjoy the true life of God, that life which knows no ending. Do we believe this to be true? As Jesus walks in relationship with us and suffers with us and for us, it is happening. Amen.